I don't know about you, but my skin has definitely aged over the last 10 years. But what if some of the molecular damage that builds up in your body as you age isn't actually permanent? A new study published just this last July, just last month at the time of this recording, in Nature Communications has demonstrated something researchers have been trying to do for years. Scientists engineered an enzyme that can take a specific type of age-related damage on proteins and essentially repair it. That's crazy. And they didn't just test it on proteins created in a laboratory. They tested it on actual human skin, arteries, and eye tissue that had accumulated this damage naturally over decades. In some cases, they removed more than 70% of it, and that is so awesome. I wonder if it can help me. But calling this a cure for aging, well, that's taking it a little too far, which we'll discuss. But the idea behind this study could potentially become very important in longevity research. So let's take a look at what they discovered and why it matters. And the big question that we still need to answer. As we get older, proteins throughout our bodies gradually accumulate different types of chemical damage. One of these processes is called glycation. Glycation happens when sugars and sugar-derived molecules react with proteins in your body. And over time, those reactions can create compounds known as advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. Now, you've probably heard of AGEs before. They tend to accumulate in long-lived tissues like the walls of your arteries, your skin, and even the lens of your eyes. One particular AGE is called CML, short for carboxymethylene lysine. CML attaches to lysine, which is one of the amino acids that make up proteins. Once that happens, it can alter chemistry and potentially the function of that protein. CML is also associated with activation of a receptor called RAGE. That's right, RAGE, which is involved in inflammatory and oxidative stress signaling. And here's the problem. Once stable AGEs like CML form, historically, most of the dialogue about this has been focused on talking about how to prevent more of it from forming, such as control your blood sugar, improve metabolic health, and reduce excessive exposure to the conditions that encourage glycation. Removing this damage once it's already there has been much more difficult. For many years, some of these modifications have essentially been treated as permanent. Once you have the damage, you can't get rid of it. That's what we used to think. And that's what makes this study incredibly interesting. The researchers asked a completely different question. Instead of simply trying to prevent glycation from continuing, could we repair a protein that has already been damaged? And to do that, they started with a family of enzymes called glycine oxidases. They then used something called directed evolution. Think of it like accelerated enzyme breeding. Researchers created enormous numbers of slightly different versions of an enzyme, test them, keep the ones that work the best, and then modify those again and repeat that process. In this study, they ultimately screened hundreds of millions of enzyme variants. After several rounds of evolution, they produced an engineered enzyme called CMLase, C-M-L-A-S-E. And CMLase did something pretty remarkable. It recognized the CML damage attached to lysine and chemically converted that damaged site back towards normal lysine. In other words, the enzyme wasn't destroying the old protein. It was repairing the chemical modification on that existing protein. And that is very awesome. And that's a totally different concept than just slowing it down. The researchers first tested CMLase on several glycated proteins in the laboratory. Depending on the protein, they were able to reduce CML by roughly 50 to more than 90%. And what is really interesting is that happened when they moved to actual aged human tissue. They tested tissue from the human eye, and after treatment with CMLase, measurements showed a substantial reduction in accumulated CML. Depending on the method used to measure it, the reduction ranged from approximately 45% to nearly 80%. Then they tested aged human artery tissue. CML staining dropped by more than 70%. And here it is. They then tested aged human skin, and CML staining dropped by more than 55%. In that experiment, the researchers actually measured less CML after treatment in the older tissue than they detected in skin from a 31-year-old donor. You can already imagine the headlines, right? Scientists make older skin younger than 31-year-old skin. But that, unfortunately, that's not quite accurate. They did not show the skin become younger. They showed that one specific marker of chemical protein damage became lower. And those are two very different things. Now, this is incredibly exciting and very promising, but based on this study, reversing skin aging hasn't actually been proven. This was not a human clinical trial. Researchers did not inject this enzyme into actual people. These are tissues that had already been removed from the body and were treated in the laboratory. They have not shown that siamylase makes arteries more flexible. They haven't shown that it improves eyesight. They haven't shown that it lowers inflammation. They haven't even shown that it reduces wrinkles. And they certainly haven't shown that it extends lifespan. But what they've demonstrated is something more fundamental. A type of molecular aging damage that had accumulated over decades could actually be chemically repaired. And that is pretty awesome. And probably the most important part of the study. Here's why. There's a broader philosophy within longevity research that aging may partly result from different forms of molecular and cellular damage gradually accumulated faster than our bodies can repair them, right? It's damage accumulated over time. And if that's true, one potential approach to longevity isn't simply slowing down that process or slowing down the damage. It would be periodically repairing that damage that already exists. And that's awesome. It's like the same as just slowing down how quickly your house deteriorates. You say, let's actually fix it. Let's fix some of the things that have already deteriorated and do some restoration or remodeling. Siamylase could be an early example of that approach. And this research suggests that similar enzyme engineering techniques might eventually be used against other types of age-related protein damage, which is really cool. One particularly interesting target would be something called glucosapine. Glucosapine is another AGE that can create crosslinks between proteins and tissues such as collagen. Those crosslinks may contribute to the increasing stiffness we see in tissues as we get older. If scientists could eventually develop enzymes that could selectively remove several different forms of accumulated protein damage, that starts to become a much bigger longevity story. So we're still a long way away from that, but the enzyme would somehow have to reach these damaged proteins inside living tissue. Researchers would also then have to establish that it's safe. Scientists would also have to prove that removing CML actually produces meaningful improvements in tissue function. I'm sure that we're going to see these experiments in the future, and that's exciting. The implications of this could lead to not only aging markers going down, but old arteries actually becoming more elastic, inflammation decreasing, damaged tissue function more like younger tissue, and ultimately improving health span and lifespan. We live in a very exciting time, don't we? To sum it up, no, scientists did not reverse human aging or skin aging. But they have demonstrated something that could eventually become very important. They took one type of age-related molecular damage that was largely considered permanent and engineered an enzyme capable of repairing it. And that is amazing. Not simply slowing the accumulation of damage, but potentially removing damage that's already there. So this is very early research, but very exciting. And it's exactly the kind of longevity science that I'm going to be paying attention to and watching closely as the time goes by. If this approach can repair other types of age-related damage and restore how tissues work, it could open up a whole new door of a whole new kind of longevity medicine.